It says General Grinder Core, Milwaukee. Let me just get something to wipe that away. The handle still looks great. A little messy here. Intense. Let's take a look. Oh yeah. So what we're missing right here is just because of missing paint. But other than that, I mean, wow. Held up pretty good for 1930s. Okay, we gotta take those out. Okay, that's one, up and out. They look like brass pins, so we'll keep knocking these out. All right, big reveal. See how this looks. Okay. It looks as still, I mean, it still works. It still spins. Let's keep opening this up. So we have all of these brass pins in here that we need to get out. I learned from a Facebook group that these are probably brass threaded hammer screws. I will try to include a photo here. We're gonna have to bring these over to the drill press. Ooh. I may or may not have. Oh, look, it started backing it out of there. Oh, fantastic. All right. Here we go. Oh, yeah. That's great. All right, that should be all the way through. All right, definitely my most technical restoration to date. This one already started backing out. Let's see if we can go ahead and pull it all the way out. It's a little warm. Not really. We're going to set that extractor screw in front. If anyone is wondering, these are just the Irwin extractor bits. They actually work pretty good. We're just going to try and back that out. All right, so I was able to get that out, but something kind of curious. Maybe I'll go send this to my Facebook group. So I went ahead and got them out, but these do not look to be threaded at all. Unless the threads are somewhere inside, I do not see any. I don't know if you'll even be able to see that. I do not see any threading on this. It looks like just a regular brass pin or brass nail that was then mushroomed over to hold the top. So very interesting. We're going to make sure that we get an exact replica of these. We go ahead and get this off, and we're going to get that last one out that's left. I'm an idiot. And as I was working on this, I had it set up on the bench, and it fell over and cracked. We lost both the bottom, one of the other support sides, as well as the tool rest. It goes right here. So through my research, I found that it is possible to MIG flux core wire weld these pieces together. What we're going to do instead of brazing is get this whole thing heated up to a reasonable temperature, probably right around 300 to 500 degrees. Then once we get it up to temperature, we're going to bring it over here and we are going to weld these pieces on. Before we go heat this thing up and get ready to start welding it, we need to get all of the pieces prepared by adding some bevels to it to have to allow the the weld somewhere to go into. And we're just going to clean these up with a wire brush. Let's go ahead and get our piece out. It is still very warm. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna throw a little tack on here. I actually don't know how well this is gonna work, but here we go. Oh, yes. Dude, that is good. Oh, hold on. Oh, no, that's good. That's good. Look it up. All right, well, it's a good tack. All right. As I mentioned, cast iron is brittle. Just like you wouldn't want to heat up and cool down a Pyrex dish very quickly, it would shatter. This is the same deal. So you want to heat it up in one go and then let it cool down nice and slow. All right, let's look at this repair together. Look at that. We're going to clean that up with both the wire wheel and chip it out, but I am super, super happy with how that came out. I think that that is going to be really good. Now we're going to clean it up as best as we can and grind that down as much as I can. Maybe it doesn't even look like it was repaired. All right, I just threw it on the wire wheel. Take a look. Let's try to zoom in here. I'm really happy with that. Those should buff out just fine. That was a really good one. So was that. And we'll just file that down. But overall, I'm really happy with how that turned out. Super quick before heading into work, we are going to take a quick measurement of how big this needs to be. So right there. And I'm going to bring that over here, and we're gonna look. That is right at 175. 1.75 inches for our label. 1.75 across for the up and down, which is right there, which looks to be about 0.75. So 1.75 across by 0.75 up and down. All right, and to get some of the really tough to get paint off of there, I just hit it with a little bit of easy off. The wire wheel did a lot, but it definitely did not do 100%. So we're gonna throw some easy off on it. We'll let it sit, and we'll come back in a few minutes. All right, it's been a few days, but we are back and we are ready for paint. This has gone through a round of easy off. You can see where we grinded and just kind of cleaned up our welds on the mistakes that we made. I've gone ahead and sealed off some of these portions as well on the back. I wanted to show you how we're going to go about finishing this. So first, we're going to go ahead and use a universal bonding primer. This is just going to help bond our paint as best as we can, so we get a really, really nice finish here. Next, we're going to use what I believe to be the closest match that I could find. This is going to be the Colonial Red from Rust-Oleum. Very excited to see how this kind of all looks together. And then finally, I might switch this out, but for right now, this is what we're going to go with. We are going to go with a lacquer finish as the top. Definitely going to go satin. We don't need any gloss on this, though I have it as an option. So let's go ahead and let's hit everything with the bonding primer. A little trick if you don't know. All of our spray cans have a little dot on them. That is the lowest point of the can, so to get the most out of it, face that arrow towards that dot. Again, we are going to be going with the Colonial Red. Huge shout out to the folks over at Lone Pine Supply. I found these on Etsy. Exactly what we were looking for. Here, let me take one out so you can see it. So these are exactly the brass pins that I was seeing. They are rounded on the top, tapered on the end, and you can see, hold on, and then you can see the ribs along the side that help them stay in place. So super awesome. We're gonna go ahead and put this thing together. All right, let's go ahead and throw this thing together. So I believe this needs to go in first. I think we wait on that. This goes down first, and then this comes and just slides in there and locks it into place just like, and this is here. All right. Now, while I thought about putting grease in it, I think I'm going to go ahead and use some of this silicone lube. I think that's just fine. This. I'm going to cover her back up. Very exciting. I'm going to go ahead and stick our pins in. These are the brass pins that I purchased. All right. Use. All right. Next up. All right. And for the final touch, oh yeah.